What's the outcome after Bitcoin tests the trend line? If you're interested in knowing more about this, please keep watching. Bybit is one of the best exchanges I've ever used. It provides great market depth, a smooth user experience, and an impeccable interface. Currently, if you complete KYC verification and deposit $100, you will immediately receive a Bitcoin contract worth $1,000. Now, on Bybit, I'm holding a short position that I opened in the afternoon. At that time, Bitcoin experienced a rapid downward movement. Of course, the reason for the drop is primarily due to the impact of altcoins. If you had been following the market, you would have noticed that altcoins have been hit the hardest today, with most experiencing a decline of around 10% to 20%. As for Bitcoin, it is currently testing a key level, and there is a possibility that it may break below it. Okay. If you also want to open a position on Bybit, you can register via the link below, which will grant you a free position. You can choose whether you want to go long or short. Now let's return to the chart. On the daily time frame, you can see that it's currently testing this trend line. This trend line is different from some of the previous ones we had. Before this, we had a trend line too. This trend line is not a wrong one. Is it valid? Yes, it is. Because it led to a significant decline when it was broken. So yes, it is valid. However, the level of this trend line is not substantial enough. The current trend line is of a higher level. What does this mean? In fact, trend lines are composed of retracements in between. For example, this was a starting point. It was followed by a retracement. That touched the trend line. After the retracement, it touched the trend line again, and eventually broke below it. However, when it touched this level during the retracement, what level of retracement was it? It was a daily time frame retracement. So, this trend line is also of a daily time frame. A daily level. So now, the recent uptrend from 15,500 to 31,500. What level does this uptrend belong to? It is a weekly time frame trend. Why? Because it experienced a retracement at the weekly time frame level. A weekly level of retracement. Therefore, this trend line represents a weekly time frame level. Currently, we are testing a trend line of a large time frame. It is the most important trend line since the entire upward movement. It's here, and the price is currently hitting it. Furthermore, this trend line has a unique characteristic. It can only be drawn in this specific manner. Why is that? As you can see, we connect all the lowest points. If it breaks below the trend line, can we extend or adjust the trend line to be less steep? Is that possible? Can we do that? Absolutely not. Why? Because what we are looking for is the line with the most touch points. Additionally, we need at least 3 points of contact for a valid trend line. If we were to move it lower, we would have only 2 points, which would not form a valid trend line. Therefore, we consider this trend line to be absolutely valid, and it may indicate a great trading opportunity. Of course, we can use the 1-2-3 pattern. Right? We use the 1-2-3 pattern to guide our trading decisions. What does the 1-2-3 pattern emphasize? First, it needs to have a lower low and create a new low is a must. Then, it needs to form a lower high. And next is when it breaks below the trend line. Okay. Currently, what we're lacking is a downside breakout from the trend line. We can especially pay attention to this previous low point. I consider it crucial. If the previous low point gets breached, then I believe the subsequent downtrend will be smooth. The price is currently testing a very critical level. Okay, let's zoom in and analyze in a smaller time frame. If we zoom in, we can see that it has finally broken out of the box pattern we've been oscillating in for a long time. What does it mean? The price is now in a box pattern. Like this. Resistances and supports can be found in the box pattern. Another support here and resistance here. Currently, Previously, we experienced a downtrend oscillation. After a period of small oscillation here, it has now broken below the support level. This type of small oscillation typically serves as a continuation pattern. It is a continuation pattern. Now, when we have this continuation, and then a downside breakout near a significant trend line, it is really a time that deserves our attention. If it chooses to break below, that would be the best opportunity to add to our short positions. But of course, If it manages to rebound from this bottom and come back up, then our current short position, which is intended for a downside breakout, should be closed. Cryptocurrencies are highly volatile. Look at this. The market situation. Well, you can see that the price just shot up and then immediately dropped back here after it dug a hole here. As you can see, it dug a hole, and we could draw a door right away. This whipsaw is truly a serious one. Now, let's take a look at Ethereum. Ethereum, in fact, is more classical, and its trend line is more effective. It has already tested this trend line. Why do I say it's more effective? Because it has more contact points, following the 1, 2, 3 pattern. It's definitely valid. And now, we're on the fourth contact. Is there a possibility that it breaks below here? And Ethereum and Bitcoin, in particular, have already formed distribution zones at their respective tops. There is a potential for a significant downward movement. This opportunity exists because the range of this zone is large, and we have both lower lows and lower highs. Currently, it's hanging around this trend line. Furthermore, Ethereum has broken below a very important support level, which is around 1,790 to 1,800. It is evident that it has breached this crucial support, leaving only the trend line intact. If it breaks below the trend line, I believe there will be a substantial decline. However, we don't necessarily need to be overly aggressive at the moment. Considering the after-hours trading, it is highly possible that a significant drop may not occur now. But I believe we should closely monitor the upcoming period. When we look at the VPVR, we can observe that throughout this entire upward wave, basically, the areas where the market is likely to drop smoothly are where chip accumulation is sparse. Essentially, below here, there are areas where chip accumulation is relatively scarce, extending until around 23,000. It's quite sparse. A drop in these areas with sparse chip accumulation is expected to be smoother and faster, making it suitable for trading. Alright, thank you. You're welcome to like and share my videos and subscribe to my channel. Turn on the little bell button to show me your greatest support. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.